Welcome back TBF fans. As always, this is your guys, tips, techniques, and strategies about play this game and gone beyond. As always, if you happen to be a senior player, have some popcorn, enjoy yourselves, leave some comments down below to help the little guys grow. And if you happen to be a small player or medium player or just coming in to enjoy yourselves, well then welcome to the journey with us as we guide you through this game. Now, I want to go straight into it and I want to talk about killing epics. There's things about killing epics, but before I even go to that, I need to talk about going in solo as an epic killer. All means, this is a very difficult task to pull off. It is extremely hard, but this happens to a lot of players. There are things that kind of put people down when you happen to be like this because you don't have anyone to really support you. It almost feels like false assistance or false help. And false hope doesn't really go you very far because that means we're paying out more out of pocket to support a clan and they seem to be leaning on us to achieve that. And that becomes unfair to the player. Ultimately, it means that they end up leaving the clan. And this happens a lot. I've seen it over the ages. And this is also why bigger players tend to come together and eventually merge together because they are aligned with the same strength level. That's why there are large clans, medium clans, and small clans. But when there is unbalance, this causes misheval, causes problems, and makes things difficult. And I want to explain that very quickly, especially with those who are small, what that looks like. So let's get straight to it. So this is an example of a clan that I'm currently in right now, where there is a lot of unbalance. If you look at this very clearly, and I'll show you this so you have a better understanding, when you actually become a lot larger, you tend to start knowing very easily by looking at the levels of the villains and heroes of the players and members that are in your clan. But just scrolling down this clan of about 100 players, I can tell you from just looking at their levels that we're looking between players from the 100 players here. You got some people that are under level 100. You got some players here that are close to level 200, and myself that I'm close to level 300. From this glance, I can tell you right from the bat that you got players here that are either tier 4 guards all the way up to tier 7. No one has achieved tier 8 yet. In saying that, looking at this clan too, kind of harder to tell nowadays because seasonal accounts, you can actually be at a might level of 200-ish and have tier 8 units already because of the demand that seasonal makes you go through, the things that they make you go through to earn the VP and points. You can actually gain a higher tier account a lot faster, but I'll let you review that back in my older videos on my channel, so you can take a look at that and I'll give you some guidance there too. So going back to here, it's more to give you guidance what it means that when you're an epic killer doing a solo, but why it ultimately ends up being a failure because it just doesn't work out. 9 out of 10 times you're blowing more gold out of your own pocket and spending real money at times too, just to recover. And ultimately you end up feeling more at a loss and why did you join the clan in the first place? So I have my own reasons why I'm here. I'm the biggest player that happens to be here. And I'll show you some of my journals. So yesterday, it's the Dark Omen event that's going on at this stage. And I was battling against the Acronomancer. I went in about 5 hits in total. And I actually was getting very close of defeating it. However, because of the lack of troops and clan members at a level that they're supposed to be to try to kill an epic, which you should be, what you really want are players at tier 8 and tier 9. Those are tier 7 below, it just doesn't cut it. And if they're tier 7, you need a mass load of tier 7 guard players to be able to march in on epic to kill it with a lot of coordination. If that's not there, then you are reliant on having more tier 8 and tier 9 players to be able to land that final hit. And you happen to be lower, that's all by chance and random luck. So what happened yesterday, during this particular tournament, I was going in solo by myself and going through the clan chats and asking for help. No one there was actually at a level that's necessary, even though they wanted to give me a hand and provide that assistance. It's just lying to yourself because they don't have the strength, nor the power, or the guards, or the strength, or the mercs, or the specialists able to land the hits doing that. So I want to tell you now, guys, that if you are aiming of hitting and targeting down epics and killing them for yourself, if you're not the right levels, then don't march into it. If you're tier 7 troops, is that what you have? Then you need many of you. If you happen to be having tier 8 and tier 9 guards, then to tell you right now, you'll be at the right level to kill them, but doing it solo is just not possible. Here's another nifty tip that you guys may not be aware of, but when you go in and attacking epics, there's a reason why everyone goes after it at 3 stacks, and why attacking at the early stages doesn't give you much VP. So let me demonstrate that to show you what that actually means, and what they mean when they say that. If you happen to be a senior player, by all means leave a comment down below because you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. So let's go into here so you can see the journals. 1 second. All right, so here you notice that it's actually gone down to only 2 stacks. I've actually earned about 897 billion valor from that one strike. I managed to attack it about 5 hits, almost killed it, but because of lack of team members, I did end up losing it. Spent about 2 million gold, spending out of pocket to get my own resources back because the clan doesn't collect enough chests. And these are things that we experience all the time as larger players in a smaller clan where there's too much unbalance. Now, I'm not trying to complain here. I'm just trying to tell you guys to let you understand that when you're a small clan or medium-ish clan and you have bigger players, if your support is not there with the chests, then there's nothing else you guys can provide. And this is how you lose more larger members than maintaining them. So you need to understand where they're coming from. They're at a point where they actually can kill epics, but they need help. But they can't have any help or aid if you guys are too low. So try to see where they're coming from this mind frame, because spending out of pocket really, every single time when a clan fails to achieve its goals, it really puts off your larger players to achieving what they want to do to help your clan grow and ultimately staying with you, because why should they stay with you? You provided them no reason to. And this is being the honest truth on the other side. This is what I want to explain to you. When you start hitting at a lower stack here, especially between, there's only one epic, but this doesn't make a difference, any epic that you go up against, what you're going to realize is that as the tiers come down, especially out of 3 stacks, you're going to gain more and more valor for the attacks. And the reason is because the more stacks units have, and let's just go to any random one on the map, for example. This is a perfect example, right? So this heroic here is an example of what an epic match would be like. There's several stacks here. So let's have a look very quickly. In here, there's actually 32 stacks against this heroic. And with this stack, well, that means you're gonna have to go against this. What I'm trying to get at and trying to explain here, this is an example of what an epic tournament would be kind of ish like. And by going through here, the reason why you're gonna gain less valor at the get-go is because they got too many monsters, too many guards, too many specialists, too many people protecting it at the moment. And as you hack it down slowly, especially when it comes down to the 3 stacks, now it became so weak to the point where it is at a killable reach, right? And by saying that, more valor comes in, and the less the stacks comes down, the more value you're gonna gain. And this is why everyone's so eager, especially those who are larger players, try to hit these epics at the 3 stacks, because not only that's more beneficial, you gain more points and rewards for it, and the high chance of killing it is very, very high. When you're in Old Kingdom, you find that killing epics is like almost all the time. There'll be lists and lists and lists and lists and lists over the kingdom chat of locations that are provided. Now this one's not a good goal, but I'm just trying to provide you just an example here. You find that the KC chat here will have tons and tons and tons of locations of dead epics all over the place, because in the older kingdoms, everyone's deadly. Everyone's at a high level, and everyone wants to earn those high prized chests that are given when taking down an epic, right? Because, this is just one perfect example. I know this is a Dark Omen event, but this is just to give you an example of what we're looking at here. If we go here, and we go to this, and we go straight to the epic, everyone is always going to be after the chest, especially when you're bigger, because the clan chests that epics provide will always be highly valued, and you can take a read for yourself here. Highly valued gives you tons of items, and take a look at this, right? Look, if you read this here, it gives you things like, dragon coins, tar for exploring crypts, silver and elite summoning scrolls, and other chests, and it can contain gold. And it gives you, these are the high tier rewards that are gained when killing epics. This one is also where you earn most of your epic tar as well. That's for a lot of the bigger clans that are out there. So killing epics are important, but that's a big note, and I say this a lot, and I'm going to make a big reference to this because I find this is a kind of waste of time. The Arcane Swarm tournament, this tournament is the worst one to go into. It only provides you 1 clan super chest, and that chest is just pathetic as a whole. No one in their right mind will go after this. You only would really do this because it already happens to be low, and you happen to be around when it's at a low stacks and you just happen to kill it. The larger players don't really go for this because you're just wasting your mercs, you're wasting your troops, and you're wasting your time. So you don't go after this, guys. So overall, guys, to really be very clear with you, if you happen to be a larger player in a smaller medium clan, these are reasons why people leave. Because if your clan can't support them, either for resources, to revive their troops, to give them the chests they need to stay with you, they will always walk away, because end up paying out of pocket, and that's unfair on them, and you have to understand where they're coming from. So again, guys, hopefully this gives you a little bit more of an understanding what it means by being a bigger player in a small clan, why they leave, why they get upset, and why they don't end up staying with you because of these sole reasons. So just try to know where they're coming from. This is more to give you an open eyes of what to see for those who are going solo by themselves, because they really are trying their best for you, but your clan is not being able to give them what they need. And this is something you just have to understand coming from a lower medium tier clan and compared to one that's a larger clan that support players at tier 8 and tier 9. Okay, I'll keep this short and simple. I hope that you enjoyed that and hopefully that's been useful information for you. Reach out if you happen to be using the same column as I do, if you happen to share the same material. Leave a like, subscribe, put a comment down below. And I'll see you guys again in the next TBF episode. Bye now.